Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Resilient Serie. On December 2nd at the Dusitani, Manila, the latest chapter of Cebuana Luwilers' global search for the happiest Pinoy came to a grand conclusion. Once again, it was a celebration of the Filipino spirit, shining a light on stories of hope, resilience, and the ultimate triumph over life's greatest trials. And today, we go behind the scenes to reveal the secrets of the happiest Pinoy winners. Please join us as we discover how these extraordinary individuals maintain an unbreakable optimism and how they turned their toughest challenges into their greatest strengths. It's time to meet the faces behind these incredible journeys. And let's listen to the 2025 Global Search for the Happiest Pinoy finalists as they open up about their lives, from the challenges that tested their resolve to the joy they found in serving others. They share what it truly feels like to stand as a symbol of Filipino hope and what lies ahead for them as they carry this legacy of happiness into the future. Let's witness and watch them as they share their life stories with us.
So, ako po si Juan Carlos Soriano, isang OFW. To be specific, I am a seafarer po. So, for me, the life difficulty that I have experienced, that I've been a victim of bullying and harassment on board the ship of the other nationality. So, they told me na you are not worthy for sea, wala kang mararating. So, sobrang bombarded po ako ng mga statements, ng mga negativities. And then, like I said on the video na I'm almost ending my life. But I was there. My parents reminded me that you are there at sea just to work and also just to prove that you are more than yourself, more than your capability. So, gusto ko pong maging inspirasyon sa ibang tao. So, sabi ko po sa sarili ko na kapag pag bumaba ako dito at lumipat ako ng ibang barko, gusto ko na kahit hindi ako opisyal, kahit kadete lang ako, o kahit na anong ranggo ko, gusto ko na maging source po ako ng inspiration, ng happiness sa ibang tao at sa ibang lahi po.
Hi, my name is Napre El Mario. There's actually two that I can share, but I want to share the very recent one during pandemic. My business is something to do with travel. I'm a travel agent actually, but during pandemic, of course, travel industry collapsed. So that's my source of income. So my source of income was not operational. So walang pumapasok na pera, and I have bills, no? I have bills, I have family to feed also. So wala talaga siyang walang, siguro for a year and a half wala akong trabaho, wala akong kinikita. But I have to feed both. I have to think of something that is parang pwede ko siyang maging kumbaga way to bounce back during pandemic. So through Cebuana Luwilier, I discovered Cebuana Luwilier. They have this authorized agent program. So I enrolled to that. And at that time, it was very cheap actually. Very small amount of money. You can start your bills payment center. So with that opportunity with Cebuana Luwilier, I was able to survive during pandemic. I bounced back, and what's nice about this is those people na nawalan ng trabaho during pandemic, including myself, nabigyan sila ng trabaho because of that opportunity. So right now, I'm very thankful because I have 2 branches already, and it's doing well, and I'm very happy with their opportunity. A while ago, they even came to me and said they want to help me to expand my business in terms of funds, in terms of trainings, how I can, financially be more literate, because bills payment has something to do with money, has something to do with funds. So, yeah, I'm very thankful with Cebuana Luwilier because they really a saving grace during pandemic. Yeah. So I think that's one thing that I can share, that I was able to bounce back and survive actually, and now it's paying off. Yeah. Thank you.
I am Darwin Tita Dipa, Alternative Learning System Teacher of Tubungan, Iloilo. So, 8 years ago, ito ang pinakamalaking dagok po sa aking buhay kasi po na-hospitalize po ako. At binigyan po ako ng doktor ng 12 maintenance medicines. At isa po itong malaking problema sa akin kasi ang aking sweldo ay di sapat na pambili sa gamot na sa aking karamdaman. Pero hindi po ako natakot na mamatay, pero natakot po ako na makastop po ako sa pagtuturo, especially para sa mga kabataan or sa mga learners ko. Pero hindi to nanging sagabal sa akin na kahit kulang ang aking sweldo para sa aking mga gamot, may bahagi pa rin na ibinibigay ko para sa pag-aaral o sa kakalanganin ng aking mga estudyante sa paaralan, lalo na sa mga school supplies, sa mga pagkain or sa snacks po nila kasi halos mga out of school youth at adults po at mga IPs po, mga former rebels po ang mga estudyante ko. At ito po ang nagbigay ng inspirasyon din sila na magpatuloy at makatapos po sa kanilang pag-aaral. At malaki po ang na-embag nito kasi for the past 5 years, naging kami ang may pinakamataas na antas na nakapasa sa alternative learning system sa buong province of Iloilo. At mayroon po kaming partnership sa International Labor Organization. At isa pong challenge din po sa akin, katulad ni Sir kanina, ay ang pandemic po. Kasi naawa po ako sa mga kabataan namin, lalo na sa aming barangay, dahil hindi sila makapag-aral, wala po silang natutunan. So, tinipon ko po ang 17 kabataang guro volunteers na ginawa kong mga volunteers namin. Yun ang mga champion ko na mga nananalo sa mga contest. Tinipon ko sila at ang ginawa namin ay nag-house to house po kami nagkaklase sa mga bata na kahit basic literacy lang po, itulungan po namin sila. So hanggang ngayon, 5 years na po ang Dagyaw.
Wow.
At totoo, oo, malaking naiambag nito at para sa mga learners na mga bata and at the same time sa out of school youth at sa mga adults po.
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Ronel Palaming Ohas, Proudest Pride finalist. So, um, this platform given to us by Happiest Pinoy is such a huge opportunity. It's simply because it gives us, it highlights the advocacy that we are pushing forward, the meaningful causes that each and every one of us, being the finalist of Happiest Pinoy, is pushing forward. And I am just so happy na nabigyan kami ng ganitong platform kasi naipapakita natin na lalo na sa mga kapwa natin Pilipino na nabibigyan na ng oportunidad yung mga bagay na dating nasa limelight lang, ngayon na-highlight na sila, kumbaga, na-highlight na sila at naipapakita natin na through the Happiest Pinoy ay walang Pilipinong naiiwan dahil lahat ng category ay sinasakop ng Happiest Pinoy.
Hi, I'm Christian Apolinario, Creative Pinoy category finalist. So first of all, I just would like to thank Cebuana Luwilier for giving this platform to showcase our story. So as a person with disabilities, and I am an artist, a para dancer, I am a filmmaker, a vlogger, ayan, lahat na siguro I'm making advocacy videos. So yun, minsan kasi yung persons with disabilities, yung sector namin, naiiwanan siya. And yung iba, nawawalan ng lakas ng loob na lumaban, diba? Kasi wala silang nakikita na katulad nila. And being here as one of the finalists, and siguro kung pag napanood nila yung story ko, ayun, ma-boost man lang sana yung kanilang self-esteem kahit papaano na patuloy na magpatuloy ba sa buhay. Na hindi lahat talaga, totoo, pagdadaanan mo talaga yung hirap. Pero once you chase your dreams, hinahanap mo yung kung saan ka lulugar, kung saan ka tutungo, at hindi ka sinukuan ng pamilya mo. Hanggat hindi ka sinusuka ng pamilya mo, wag na wag ka din susuko. Yun lang talaga siguro yung aking pwedeng ibigay na mensahe sa ibang tao?
Joy. Isa sa napakagandang opportunity po ito na mapasama sa Happy's Pinoy kung saan sobrang dami talagang sumali pero isa ako sa maswerteng napili at talaga namang very inspiring yung mga bawat kwento ng mga kasamahan ko kahit ako na-inspire talaga at syempre isa rin ano din mai-share ko yung kwento ng buhay ko din kung saan talagang hindi madaling maging kumbaga mahirap maging mahirap talagang pero sabi nga kapag may pangarap ka gagawin mo ang lahat magsusumikap ka para maabot mo yung pangarap mo sa buhay. Kumbaga, sa mga bagay na pinagdaanan natin sa buhay, yun yung nagiging inspirasyon natin para mas lumaban pa. At ayun po, syempre, isa sa kasiyahan na mapasama din po ako dito.
Hello everyone, I am Joshua Charles Seguban and I'm proud of Negros Occidental. Through this campaign po, I'm feeling ecstatic and excited po to share po my advocacy to everyone, especially po in Negros Occidental, na madami pa pong government agencies as well as charity po na tutulong po for empowering children and families. And also po, despite po being an introvert po, my story po is become an inspiration po for everyone, especially po for student youth who is advocating for children and families. Thank you.
Jason Sibug po from Kidapawan City. Para sa akin po, isang taus-pusong pasasalamat na naging bahagi sa parangal na ito. Ang parangal na ito para sa akin ay isang patunay na ang mga bawat boses, bawat tinig, bawat kwento ng buhay ng marami, lalo na sa nirepresenta kong sektor ang mga katutubong Pilipino at iba pang mga sektor na napag-iiwanan ng panahon ay may saysay, may halaga at dapat mapakinggan. Ang parangal na ito ay nagpapakita ito ay inaalay namin. Ang parangal na ito ay inaalay namin para sa mga Pilipino na hindi nawawalan ng pag-asa, na sa gitna ng kadiliman, sa gitna ng hindi pa rin napapakinggan ng ibang mga sektor, ay patuloy na lumalaban, patuloy na bumabangon araw-araw, at patuloy na nagbibigay pa rin kasiyahan sa mga nangangailangan. Para nga sa akin, ang parangal na ito ay kung ihaluntulad ko lang, no, sa Cebuana siguro, kung pwede lang isangla ang parangal na ito kapalit ng marami pang oportunidad at marami pang serbisyong makakarating sa aming mga sektor, gagawin paulit-ulit ito ng mga tulad natin upang ang ating mga sektor na nirepresenta o ang mga katutubong Pilipino ay mapalayo natin mula sa kahirapan at pagkilanlan.
Truly very inspiring stories from our 8 finalists for the Happiest Pinoy. They are actually Darwin Tadifa, ang ating inspiradong champion from Iloilo. He is a public school teacher and ALS implementer supporting out-of-school youth. We also have Napre Almario, representing the entrepreneurs from Davao. He has created inclusive livelihood opportunities for persons with disabilities. Another one is Ronel Ohas, representing the LGBTQ sector and based in Metro Manila, a mental wealth advocate through Project I Am Wonder. Joshua Charles Sagubang, ang ating masayahing Gen Z, youth leader balancing school with community feeding and volunteer teaching. Christian Apolinario, representing creative artists. He is also a filmmaker advancing disability inclusion and para-dance programs. Representing the OFW is Juan Carlos Soriano, seafarer championing mental health awareness and disaster relief outreach. We also have Jason Roy Sibug, representing indigenous peoples. He is an indigenous leader, of course, focused on tribal education and sustainable livelihoods. And last but not the least, Glidel Joy Balog from the Quezon Province, who is a radio DJ known for self-funded outreach, uplifting marginalized families. Later on, you'll be hearing the grand winner of the Happiest Pinoy, and we will reveal him in a few moments. We actually not included one of the finalists, Nanay Crescencia, who is actually 95 years old. Because of his age, he would not be able to join us in this session. Indeed, these 9 finalists represent a very diverse category, and this only goes to show that we Filipinos are by innate nature happy regardless of our sector categories, right? And each of these individuals is a true inspiration to the communities they represent. Our Happiest Pinoys have proven that despite poverty, disability, illness, or social exclusion, anyone can become a beacon of hope. But this tradition of joy didn't start today. And let's take a moment to look back and reunite with our past grand winners, the pioneers who first showed us the true meaning of Filipino optimism and the power of an indomitable spirit. So let's watch the interview with Winston Maxino, the very first Happiest Pinoy, Romel Arellano, the second Happiest Pinoy, and prior to the recent winner of the Happiest Pinoy, our 2019 Happiest Pinoy, Zaldi Bueno. Here they are.
Hi, I'm Winston Maxino. I'm the first Happiest Pinoy. I've been awarded the Happiest Pinoy in 2010. And I'm very happy to let you know that even while I was already happy at the time, the award that was given to me by Cebuana Luwilier even made me happier because it made me even more conscious of the fact that happiness is not only being happy by yourself, happy about yourself, but also by making other people happy. And I am very thankful for Cebuana Luwilier for always reminding us and putting in the forefront of our consciousness of every Filipino that happiness is a very, very good Filipino value, and that happiness truly is not having what you want, but wanting what you have.
Hi, I'm Romel E. Arellano. I am a guidance counselor and a psychometrician and mental health advocate and a PWD advocate as well. And I am the second Happiest Pinoy next to Sir Winston Maxino. And I was awarded last September 16, 2012. And one of the best impact that Happiest Pinoy gave me was actually making more impact to the lives of other people. Since Happiest Pinoy, I have been, prior to the award, I was actually praying and I said, Lord, I don't really want the cash prize or, that's my prayer. During the top 10 interview yun no? So sa pinag-pray ko talaga, Lord, hindi ko po nais yung kahit hindi na po yung premyo. But what I really wanted is to make my stories known. Mas marami pang maabot. Mas maraming ma-inspire. It's not because I'm bragging, because it's all because what you did to me. Because my story is, my history is God's story. So, yun ang isa sa mga impact that I was able to share my story. A lot of people actually are calling me and they're telling me that they're inspired and dumami yung aking mga speaking engagements, dumami yung mga certificates, especially in the areas of DepEd. And yung advocacy ay mas lalong naging malinaw, lalo na sa mga persons with disability. Because during the Happiest Pinoy, my advocacy is talaga on persons with disability. And to inspire a lot of people as well. So, since Happiest Pinoy, mas clear to me ngayon that I'm not living just to live this life that God gave me. But I also live to inspire other people.
So, sir, yung sagot ko, ilalatag ko sa initial na Happiest Pinoy, HP. Ano yung Happiest Pinoy ng 2019 nung ako ay naparangalan? H. Hamon. Hamon na ipagpatuloy kung ano nasimulan. Hamon na mag-isip pa ng mga bagay na makatutulong sa ating kapwa. Hamon na maging instrumento, maging channel blessing sa ating mga kababayan, especially sa DepEd ako, sa aking mga estudyante. Hindi lang sa mga estudyante, sapagkat kapag nabago natin ang buhay ng isang estudyante, naging instrumento rin tayo para mabago ang buhay ng kanyang pamilya at ng mga taong nasa paligid niya. Yung bang ripple effect, yung merong nagkakaroon ng epekto sa mga nasa paligid. So hamon yun para sa akin, sapagkat kinakailangan ko rin na kumilos, magsalita, nang naaayon doon sa titulo. Siyempre, hindi naman tayo perfect na tao, nagkakamali tayo, pero dahil sa title, parang sinisikap din natin na araw-araw mamuhay ng ayon doon sa titulo. HP, hamon at P, parangal. Katulad ni Kuya Romel, ay sunod-sunod din yung aking engagement. Na-invite akong speaker sa graduation, sa recognition, sa dating school na pinag-aralan ko. Parang nagkaroon ng entablado ang kwento ng buhay ko. Kaya it's HP, Happiest Pinoy, hamon at parangal.
It's reinvigorating. Since the time I was awarded 2010, it's because of the challenges that I had with my incurable, debilitating, and painful disease of the bones, specifically the spine. And I was given, 5 years to live? And now that I was diagnosed in 2000, and 25 years later, I'm still here, I'm seated here, talking to you. And in 2020, I broke my right leg. And just this year, April this year, I also broke my left leg. So, seeing the event today is very reinvigorating because, it makes me forget whatever problems and challenges I have physically, medically. And in fact, as I've always been asked to talk also in motivational speeches, I always say that before, I would say, even if my body is broken, figuratively, my spirit is strong. But now, after having broken my leg, both legs, left and right, I can now say, even if my body is physically and literally broken, my spirit is still alive, and my courage to live life is still there, as strong as ever. And this event today was a reminder to all of us, especially to me, that there is so much in life that we should be happy about. I'm in pain. Every day I'm in pain. And every 6 hours I am in pain reliever. I just have this infusion it's just like a chemo session every month that brings my pain from 6 out of 10 to maybe 2 out of 10. But never goes 0. But life goes on.
Yeah. Yung event kaya na actually, bumalik yung feeling ko when I was awarded as the Happiest Pinoy 2012. Overwhelming. Lalo na ngayon na nakikita ko yung sarili ko sa grand winner. Kasi, to be honest, interview pa lang namin during the nakikita ko yung sarili ko sa kanya na parang replica ko tong tao na to. The same advocacy, the same spirit na nag-rekindle yung spirit natin na ganon. And hindi ko maiwasan kanina to be overwhelmed and emotional. Kasi sabi ko talagang walang imposible kapag alam mo kung ano yung purpose mo sa buhay, na despite of having this disability na meron din ako, lagi nating nakikita na laging may pag-asa, laging may reason para mabuhay, at laging may reason sa nangyayari sa lahat. Just a matter of how you're going to accept that and how to use your circumstances, no matter how bad it may look like, o mayroon kang limitations, Kasi naniniwala ako na gaya na sinagot ko rin noon sa mga previous interviews with the Happiest Pinoy, the only person who can limit you is yourself. Yeah, kaya as long as sabi nga, there's a lot of reason for us to live. Na even though mayroon kang limitations, so it's really up to you how you're going to use that limitation in order for you to be productive, in order for you to touch other people's lives. Walang imposible. And yun nga, sabi ko, nag-rekindle sa akin ulit yung pag-asa na itong event na to, na we had another batch of Happiest Pinoy from among our ranks here sa Happiest Pinoy. Tuwa talaga kami. And nagpapatunay ito ng talagang resilient and yung never say die spirit and pagiging hopeful ng isang Pilipino even despite of hard circumstances. Yun po.
So the question was, ano po parang nanumbalik yung karanasan nung i-announce na yung kaba, nandun uli siya. Tapos, pero mas nangibabaw sa akin ganina po yung, may mga moments na naiyak ako sa mga video. Kasi ang pinakang naramdaman ko, yung may revival sa puso ko. Na ang dami pang pwedeng gawin sa ating mga kababayan. Ang dami pang nangangailangan ng mga advocacies, mga programa para mabago ang buhay ng ating mga kababayan. So parang gusto ko uling mag-isip ng mga programa. May mga nakalinya at gusto kong masimula na. Nung makita ko yung mga video nila, sabi ko, nakakatuwa So parang na-encourage ako nila. Hindi yung buhay namin ang naging encouragement, kundi na-encourage muli ako ng mga taong to na, ay, ang dami-dami nga pala naman namin. So, ituloy ito at para mas marami pa ho ang matulungan sa aming mga kababayan. So, yung revival sa puso ko, naramdaman ko kanina. At lumuha ako sa mga video nila.
Hi, I'm Winston
Thank you very much to the Happiest Pinoy alumni. We have actually the 3 former Happiest Pinoy winners, which was led by Winston Maxino, our 2010 first winner, and Romel Arellano, our 2012 second Happiest Pinoy, and Zaldi Bueno, our 2019 third Happiest Pinoy. Each of them actually has a story, very inspiring story to say to all of us. Like Winston Maxino is a former CEO and now a management consultant who actually had a debilitating disease, a degenerative disease called ankylosing spondylitis. And despite the fact that he had this, very recently he even mentioned he broke his 2 legs, and yet he's still up and about. We've heard him, how positive he was, despite the fact that he had this ailment. No, one thing actually very striking about him is that despite all of this, he goes from one children's party to another to perform magic tricks for children. He even, in fact, founded another organization, particularly the Down syndrome organization, because one of his children is also afflicted with Down syndrome. The second was Romel Arellano, a former DPWH employee who was actually a victim of polio and who was walking through his arms and not through his legs because he actually didn't have any limbs. No, so despite the fact that he has this disability, and he is a motivational speaker, teaching people how to be more positive despite their conditions. And last but not the least, of course, Zaldi Bueno, our 2019 winner, who is an ALS teacher, who in fact inspired his students to study harder and pursue their studies by founding a movement called Pajak. He actually donated bikes so that the underprivileged learners or students can be able to pursue his or their own education. So these 3 Happiest Pinoys are really a symbol of hope, and despite whatever their circumstances, their choice is to remain happy. And in one way or another, they were able to influence their constituents, and immediate sphere, to rise from whatever challenges that they may have. And none of these would be possible without the heart and leadership of our President and CEO, Jean-Henry Luwilier. At a time when our country faces many trials, he believes in the power of the Filipino spirit. to rise above. And let's hear from our President CEO as he shares why finding and celebrating the happiest Pinoy is more important now than ever before.
No, very happy to have the Happiest Pinoy contest back. And yes, unfortunately, there's been a lot of negative things. But again, at the end of the day, all Filipinos have a happy disposition. And that's really something that has kept us a leap from everybody else and our other countries. But that being said, really proud of this gentleman here winning it today. Again, he's gone through a lot, but still goes out of his way to help young children, making sure that education is something that he's put a focus on, and even with some quote-unquote liabilities, he's looked away from that and not looked at them as liabilities, but from a positive way. So again, congratulations for our winner here today, and more than that, really showing that resilience is really amongst us all Filipinos, and that being happy comes from all walks of life. But in times of need, in times of despair, we always look for good things, right? We always look for happy things. And again, very proud to have our Happiest Pinoy event this year.
Siguro, sir, as a business leader in our country, gaano ba ka-importante that we take time to recognize the change makers, the people who make us happy in one way or another? Kasi business isn't all about puro numero lang, puro KPIs, or puro performance. How do you feel that through Cebuano New Year, through the Happiest Pinoy program, we make our kababayans feel na, teka lang, itong ang kumpanya namin hindi lang puro tulong lang na ganito. It's not all about profit, because the biggest profit comes from this, from the happiness that we come from our heart.
Well, at the end of the day, really making sure that also your clients are taken care of, and making sure that your clients are happy with your service, your product, and making sure that again, the company also is out there doing things to help the community. It's not all about profit, as you said, and that's something that Cebuana Lulier does, right? So again, as part of our thrust, and aside from education with our ALS programs, this Happiest Pinoy is kind of puts a stamp in terms of letting everybody know that we appreciate all of the small gestures that people do, and those small gestures go a long way and become big things. And again, small things go a long way, and those good gestures inculcate into something that's big. So here we have the Happiest Pinoy, and again, really happy to have it here again this year.
I'll shift to Sir Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
So,
if I may also add what our President CEO mentioned, the vision of JHL actually is financial inclusion. This search brings human inclusion. We actually include possibilities and hopes and potential solutions to the Filipino people, and that's actually where our alignment for the nationwide search for the Happiest Pinoy is. Human inclusion.
Yeah, I have an interesting question for you, because the last time we talked with JHL, Disaster Resilience Forum, parang ang dami nangyari after that, diba?
Right.
You had bagyo, you had earthquake, you had all this, diba? I want to ask you the same question I asked JHL na. For Cebuana Lulier Foundation, why do you keep on finding these Happiest Pinoys, and why are their stories really worth telling, not just with us, but for the entire Filipino audience that really relies on smiles, relies on resilience. Happiness is a form of resilience.
Yeah. The main objective is actually to look for extraordinary stories from ordinary Filipinos and amplify the values, because the nationwide search for the Happiest Pinoy is actually a values-based campaign, our flagship program, to ensure that we amplify the positivity and the optimism of the Filipino people, and in so doing, this makes us more resilient. Like you mentioned about disasters, the Philippines is now the most disaster-prone country in the world, 20 calamities per year, and perhaps that's the reason why we became more strong, more resilient, and this actually allows us to be above and beyond all the things that happen to us.
Siguro last na lang po for JHL, your personal message sa ating winner this 2025 for our personal message for the 2025 Happiest Pinoy?
Well, again, congratulations for a job well done. And again, your stories really resonated with everyone, and more so the judges, right? And that's really a testament to what you do, and continue doing what you're doing. And really appreciate you said a lot of things on the stage in terms of how you looked at the negative things and made them into positive. And that's really something that that message is something that our Filipinos would love to hear. And again, congratulations, and continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sirs, marami pong salamat.
Of course, finally, we will meet the man who captured the hearts of our judges and the entire country, our 2025 Happiest Pinoy, Zacarias Mansing Jr. of Dumaguete. Let's hear from him.
Nararamdaman mo na you have a position to influence others to be happy?
I am blessed to be a blessing, and I am grateful that despite my disability, I was able to make a difference in the community. That I was able to prove that disability is not a hindrance in helping the community and in making a difference in the lives of others.
What do you plan to do with us with the 500,000? Anong mga activities? What can we expect from you in 2026, sir?
I will use it for good. I have school outreach activities, and I'm going to use that to expand my reach to the different schools.
Gaano po ka-importante, sir, na through you, no, magkaroon kahit na paano ng bukas ng isip lalo ang policy makers, ang mga educators natin, na maging mas inclusive for persons with disabilities. Ang lahat ng nasa Pilipinas, whether it's transport, whether it's access to education, employment, services, how is it important now that you're here na mas malagay natin sa mapa yung pangailangan ng mga persons with disabilities?
So actually part of my advocacy is disability awareness, anti-bullying, and inclusive education. Because I want everyone to feel free and to feel included in whatever programs the government or the community is pursuing. And I want to be that voice to help in the achievement of that goal.
So for 1 year, sir, kikilalanin ka as the Happiest Pinoy. How do you want to be being the 2025 Happiest Pinoy? Paano mo gustong maalala ka as a Happiest Pinoy?
I want to be remembered as an overcomer and a difference maker.
Overcomer and
a
difference
difference
maker.
maker.
Any last message you want to tell your family, your supporters, lahat ng mga nagtiwala sa iyo? Now's the time, sir.
Alright. Maraming salamat po for the opportunity to be recognized as the Happiest Pinoy. Thank you so much for the support and the encouragement and the inspiration. Maraming salamat po.
So 118 million Filipinos, over 500,000 entries, 10 finalists, and 1 Happiest Pinoy. Congratulations to Zacarias Mansing Jr. of Dumaguete for being the 2025 Happiest Pinoy awardee. And there we have it, the hearts, the secrets, and the incredible stories of our 2025 Happiest Pinoys. In fact, we will have a deep dive session with our Happiest Pinoy, Zach Mansing Jr. in January 2026, and we'll have a devoted resilience serie for that. Our finalists have proven that no challenge is too great when you carry joy in your heart, and their journeys don't end with this search. They are just beginning a new chapter as lifelong beacons of hope for everyone facing their own storms. Resilience Serie remains your home for conversations that fuel the spirit. And as we approach our final episode of the year, we invite you to look inward. And this December 29, join us as we discover how joy can become your ultimate source of strength with BK Gopi Patel, an international motivational speaker and meditation teacher from Brahma Kumaris in London, UK. Then, to ignite our 2026 season, we'll be back, as mentioned earlier, with an exclusive one-on-one interview with our grand winner, Zacarias Mansing Jr., to dive deeper into his life and his powerful advocacies. On behalf of the Resilient Serie team and the Cebuana Luwiller Foundation, a happiest Christmas and most bountiful New Year to you all. Again, thank you for your continued patronage and support of the Happiest Pinoy initiatives. Merry Christmas!